questions for D? You talk about the expectations of this team heading into the season. A lot of people are obviously talking about you guys going from last year as 7-win team. Now this year you're expected to win the title.
I mean, those are lofty expectations. We haven't even had a full practice together yet. I mean, you look around the locker room and we have some of the best players in the world. Whether you've been in the league for 10 years, whether it's your first week of training camp, but all that doesn't really mean much if we don't start building something early, and that starts tomorrow in practice, the next day preseason game, and then hopefully into the season opener feeling really good about what we're doing, understanding what we're doing, what we're trying to do as a team. And I think those are things that as we grow, we'll get better, and hopefully 4 months from now, for talking about a championship, then we did the right things.
You mentioned not having a first practice yet. How anxious are you to get back on the court with some of your old teammates, and then the new kid as well?
Oh, I think everyone's pretty excited. I don't know if Corey mentioned it, but they've done 2-3 days already. It seems like we have a solid group. Penny, Candace, and Dewana and myself just got in last night, so tomorrow will be our first training. I think we're just really excited, and there's something to be said about an uncontrollable energy, and I think the minute you drive into the arena, just driving into the city again, there's that energy you can't control, and sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. And I think this year it is there.
Diana, when you entered the league, there was a lot of attention on you. How did you handle it? What advice can you give to Brittney to handle it?
Just to enjoy it. You really just have to enjoy every moment. Because there will be times where it gets overwhelming. I think we have a great group of people upstairs, with the coaching staff, with veterans who've gone through it. But she's a young kid, but she's very mature in a lot of ways, where she handled a lot at Baylor. She's been in the spotlight for a long time. And I think it's going to be exciting to see her grow as a player, and personally to get to know her and be on the court with her. So she'll be just fine.
That spotlight she has, how does it compare to yours when you had it?
It's a lot taller. A lot taller. A lot taller.
Have you even been able to talk to her yet?
No, I just saw her in the locker room about an hour ago, so we've been in the locker room just chatting. So we'll catch up.
What was that conversation like when you guys first met?
It's with the whole team. So just said glad you're here, and she seems really excited to get on the court and start getting to work.
And obviously, like you said, she's mature. But have you thought about just taking it upon yourself, or even the veterans, just to help her along? There's a lot of pressure on her outside of the court.
I mean, if I learned anything from Nikki McCray, she'll be buying me lunch every day. So I don't think I'll go that route. Maybe a couple dinners here and there.
How about just playing with a low-post presence and having the extra threat?
I mean, we haven't had a true center since Katie Christensen, so it's been a long time since we actually had a low-post threat here in Phoenix. I mean, what can you say? I watched her, throughout college, and the one thing that stood out about her was every year she improved. Every year she added something to her game, which is hard to do while you're playing and try to, win championships and trying to win conference championships. But she found a way to improve her game every year, and that's really hard to do. And she's continued to do that throughout her college career. And I think this summer you're going to see, more development with the coaching staff and looking at basketball maybe in a different way. I mean, the sky's the limit for her.
Aside from what she's going to do on the court, what do you think she's going to do for your game to help you as you're continuing on with your career, and how is she going to make you a better player?
I mean, the things that she changes on the court, are going to be beyond her numbers. Teams are going to go in there. Usually you prepare, defensively for someone, but on the flip side, offensively, she's going to change the way teams play offense. How? I don't know yet. but at the same time, the advantages we've gained with, with her length, her size, her rebounding, her, her shot blocking ability, those are things that are just, you don't feel until you're in the game with her, which, I haven't had that yet, so, in a month I'll let you know.
What are your thoughts on just, sharing that spotlight, the media for all the right reasons, we flock to you, but now, Brittney here, obviously, she's very open.
I don't like it one bit. No, it's time, 10 years ago, it was me. 5 years ago, it was Candace Parker. Every year there's new players, younger, better, and I think she couldn't have came to a better place where we won championships, and hopefully, with the veterans we have, we can, hopefully, give her some advice to get where she wants to go. And if there's one thing this kid has is tremendous drive, and that's one thing that, you can't teach. And some kids have them and some kids don't. And for whatever reason, she has it and doesn't even try. And her work ethic, I think, is going to set her apart in the long run.